Hi guys. On my last course I got a question. What do the spirit do when they die? Well, how would I know? you know, if I go back in my development, I would have so many specific answers for you. And that was due to my belief system. But today, I believe we don't know. And as a human being, we like to put people in little boxes so we can understand. But I believe that we sometimes look at the spirit world like a physical world. And I think it's far away as it can be, because spirit is energy, it's light. They don't have a physical body. They don't live a physical life. But for us to understand it, we like to interpret so we can understand it as we are going on with our life, so to speak. So when the spirit dies, well, there is a movie about it, that when the spirit and the soul leave the body, the weight is a little bit less. So that's quite interesting. I think it was Sean Penn back in the 80s or something who did a movie about it. I remember I was quite disappointed because it wasn't that much about the death. Must have been in the 90s, by the way. Well, anyway, but if I look at my mom who died in December, what happens when she dies? I don't know. I really don't know. But I do believe that the soul and the spirit goes back to where it belongs, to the full consciousness of the spirit world, to become one with everything. And I do believe, and that's also because of old readings and things like that, but when I go back in history and I read a lot of books and a lot of channeling books and things like that, they're quite colored by the faith, the religion and so on. And even if it's been in trance, trance is a mental mediumship, it comes from the mind still. So I don't know, there's so many different experiences from the other side. And if you're gonna relive an experience, it still has to go through your mind. And I think that experience will be very colored by your mind and your belief system. So from having clear answers back in the day, I really don't have a clue today. I have to say that. I don't know what happens when they die. I think they go back to where they came from, to become one with the eternal love. And I believe they look at their life maybe to see what they gain, what they experience. And I also believe there's no time in the spirit world. So I believe that they can be there immediately for you. Like my mom, when she came into my car away from the hospital when she died, and she said in my mind, now you can take care of that bugger. And it was so typical my mom. And I think that it's an eternal development. And I also believe that when you know everything, you get bored. At least I do. And I think it is the same with development. I think it is the same with spiritual development, personal development, And I think it's the same when you walk through the spheres of, or dimensions, or whatever you will call it. We like to look at it at different, like a step, you go to one thing after the others. But I'm not so sure. I think everything is mixed in with each other. I might taking this very far and I might wobbling around here now, but I read something from Martinez Cosmology once, and this is many, many years ago. It's almost 30 years. But he claimed, he was a prophet from Denmark, and he claimed that it's like a spiral like this, that you move on from mineral to plant to animal to human. You go up in the spirit world and you develop there and you come up and everything becomes light. But when everything is light and you're in the middle of the center and you are light, how do you continue? Well, you have to continue on the next spiral probably, if you believe in continuous life after death and continuous development. But we can have thousands and thousands of ideas about this. And it might be comforting to have certain belief system within it. And I think we can be quite ignorant to think that I have all the right answers, and that's also the reason I say never trust the medium, because we all think we're right, including me. I think that my mind sometimes is working outside the normal settings, and I'm really trying to press it and open up for things, more things. And the more I do that, the less I understand, the less I know. So I can only say that the day I die, I'm not scared of dying. That's gonna be a homecoming. I have had a death which is, I was young, so I don't mind going home. I don't mind to die. The only thing I'm afraid of is that if I will end up at a hospital like a vegetable or something. I wouldn't like that very much. But to understand life after death, I can only go from my work, really. I mean, I'm a spirit artist as well, so I draw the portraits of the one who have passed to the spirit. And nothing proves more than anything, I think, that when you have a good communication with good evidence, sometimes I work by myself and sometimes I work with another medium. But when you do a good job evidentially and then they recognize the portrait from someone they lost to the spirit world, where did that come from? So of course somewhere, even if you're just energy, they have a way of influence me to draw how they looked like in this incarnation on earth when they were living here. So it's amazing. It's amazing. It's so much magic in the work I'm doing. So I don't need the sensationalism. And I did have a lot when I was starting, and I can miss it. I usually say to my student, enjoy it while it's lasting, you know. Enjoy all the energy and all the feelings and everything you experience, you know, because after a while you get used to it. I mean, 30 plus years in this, of course it is a job. Thank God I have the best job in the world. I love it. I love meeting people, even if it's through harsh circumstances a lot of times. But I mean, to be a part of someone's life and to make it a better one, it can't be more fulfilling than that. And it's not only a joy, I think it is a blessing to be able to work with this, and I'm so very fortunate. But saying that, working as a medium is not the easiest thing to do, because you have to guard your sensitivity, and the sensitivity is your tool to be a good medium. But it's also means that you're sensitive not only when you're working, you're sensitive to everything around you, to the surroundings of other people's feeling and emotions. Even if you're not thinking about it when things happen, you get, affected by it. You're affected by all the noises in the world, you know, and all sorts of things. So you have to learn to guard your sensitivity. And I think that's why it's so good to develop your sensitivity and your mediumship, because even if you're becoming more sensitive and you open up for everything when you're developing, you're also becoming in control of what you're doing. So instead of when I was starting my development, I was open for especially emotional blackmail. Especially emotional blackmail. I sensed what everybody wanted from me, so I acted on that instead of being myself. But what I gained through all them years of training is that I'm quite strong within my own energy. I don't care so much about what other people think. I wouldn't do these videos if I did, because my God, I do get shit, you know. I do have people's opinion, and some people really like to hate everything and everybody, and especially if you have a different opinion about something that someone else has not, you know. You hear it, you know. So I think it's quite nice to grow old, you know. It's nice to become more comfortable within your own skin. It's nice that, especially me, I don't seek approval, that I'm gonna be liked and loved everywhere. This is just me, and this is what you get, you know. And it's such a freedom. And also within my work, because the more I'm in tune within myself, the more I am me and only me, and don't care about anything else really. Well, I do care about a lot of things, but you know what I mean. You know, my talent is getting better as well. I'm more sharp when I'm working. I'm becoming a better medium. So it all has its benefits. And I just want to finish off by saying that there's a lot of you there who are very curious about this, but you think, oh, it's a gift, there's nothing I can do, you have to be born with it. Oh, hell no, you know, it's a talent. It's a talent. And if you have an interest, you can do this. It just needs practice, practice, practice to understand energy, how we interpret it, you know, how we get to know about it, how our mind is working with it. And it's a really, really fascinating world. So there you go. So enjoy your day, your week, or whatever. Bye.